Tango, Quebec, Roger. What's the name there?
Tango, Quebec, Roger. What's the name there?
It's Joe, Juliet, Oscar, Echo, and my grandson Sam with me.
Roger, Joe. What's your location, sir?
Roger, Joe. What's your location, sir?
I am in St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, Joe. And what radio are you running, sir?
All right, Joe. And what radio are you running, sir?
This is a Kenwood TS440.
Edward Romeo 440. Is that a Roger?
Edward Romeo 440. Is that a Roger?
A Kenwood Tango Sierra 440.
Tango Sierra, Roger, 440. All right, sir, what I would like for you to do, if you would be to give me about 10 seconds, tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
And let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Roger. Although after many collisions with the lawnmower, I'm not sure how many radios we have left over.
Okay, Joe, I've got you on my Kentucky SDR antenna, so if you've got a pretty good copy on me, we should not have a problem. Is that an older radio or a newer radio you have there?
Is that an older radio or a newer radio you have there?
It's an old radio, probably early 90s. Not sure how well it works. I don't use it much. I use my 7300 over. And could you tell me your name again, please?
Okay, so, gosh, I'm assuming that that would probably be, I'm trying to establish what your transmit bandwidth would be, probably something to 27. Do you know if your transmit bandwidth is adjustable or is it fixed on that radio?
Is adjustable or is it fixed on that radio?
No, it is not adjustable that I know of. It's a solid state radio, but it's fairly old. There's no kind of, computer processing on it. It does have a processor button.
Okay, Joe, so I'm going to give you a pass on your transmit bandwidth, since you might check that in your book and find out what your transmit bandwidth is and if it's adjustable and you want to make it higher. If it's adjustable, the ideal would be 100 to 2900. And I tell you what, you might just take notes on what I'm saying to you and then crank this stuff in later. It's probably easier than trying to find things. Although, I think you have maybe a limited amount of things to find on that radio. It may not be menu extensive, as we say. So, does it have a compressor processor in line there?
Does it have a compressor processor in line there?
It does, but it is a very old solid state. It was one of the first solid states that Kenwood came out with shortly after they got done with Missouri. There's no kind of new, I do a processor, and it does have an ALC. I think the most advanced fancy thing it has on it is the IFEM, which was just the bomb at the time.
Okay, Joe, well, let's Let's give a pass on the compressor process. It's really not that important at the moment. The main thing right now, and I'm looking at your signal, and you seem to be somewhat under modulated. So, what I want you to do is bring up your ALC meter and be looking at that. And as you say the word audio in the transmit mode, adjust your mic level control until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. And you might jot that down, or you might be able to do it if you know where your mic level control is. You want, as you say the word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in the QSO. Don't stress it, just say it. And as you say it, you adjust your mic level until your ALC is running 7 or 2/3. Roger?
C is running 7 or 2/3. Roger?
Yeah, that. I do have an ALC and it doesn't seem to work very good. So as I said, an older radio, and it looks like that's about 2/3, maybe a little over 2/3 over.
Listen to me there, Joe. What you want to say is the word audio. That is your level adjustment. The word audio is your signal reference to make the adjustment to your ALC meter. You can talk all day and that meter's bouncing around and you can play adjusting level, but if you really want to set the level, you just go audio and then adjust one time or 2 times, and you got it. But the word is audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in QSO. Roger?
Spoken just as you would speak any other word in QSO.
Roger, Roger. I knew that and I forgot. So let's try it. Audio. That's about 2/3 audio.
Yes, sir. And what it sounds like to me is that you just walked through a door. You picked up about 4 dB of higher modulation by doing it that way. So I think you've done it just beautifully. What I would like for you now is to tell me what you like about your radio so I can hear some more of your audio. Roger?
Like about your radio so I can hear some more of your audio. Roger?
Roger, Roger. Joe at the mic is 0. There's very little I like about this radio. I like to prefer my 7300 or my 92 or 3 Kenwood 520. I bought this radio because I have a solid-state rig. I almost never use this, but I thought it'd be nice to make sure it works. And it's so good I can draw information on it. So I know that it's all time or your name. Thank you. Over.
Roger, Joe. Well, it seems like your signal's coming or going. Now, I don't know whether that's your amplitude zinging around plus or minus or conditions. So what I want you to do, as you're transmitting, you've got to have something to do. So just leave your ALC meter out and be looking at your ALC meter as you're speaking. And you want to try, the game is that you want to try to keep that meter, that ALC meter, in the sweet spot of 7 or 2/3 as much as possible. So you might have to tweak just a little bit on that mic gain up or down. So as you speak, your level is right there in the sweet spot of 7 to 2/3. Roger?
There in the sweet spot of 7 to 2/3. Roger?
Roger. I know exactly what you say. The meter itself is vertical. I'm speaking slightly over 2/3, but when I start speaking, it's very low and then just jump up. I'm not even sure what kind of condition
Joe, why don't we try this? Why don't you come up 10 clicks hotter on your mic gain than where you are? Come up plus 10 units higher on your mic gain than where you are. Roger?
On your mic gain than where you are. Roger?
Roger, Roger. I'm at 7. And it only goes to 10, so I'm just going to go up to 8, and now it's probably 2/3, but higher than that most of the time. Over.
I think I would go with that, Joe. It's not distorted, and your average percent of peak modulation came up quite a bit. What was happening, some people speak differently than others, as some people speak with peaks, and they hit a peak, and then they're down level-wise for 3 or 4 words, and they come up and they hit another peak, and then they're down for a few words, and then they, so that isn't quite the best way for radio to communicate. So what we were trying to do is get that level up there fat as possible all the time, so it doesn't fall down into the abyss of noise. And I think right where you are now with that mic level, I think you're right there, Roger?
And I think right where you are now with that mic level, I think you're right there, Roger?
Oh, Roger, Roger. I am a bit of an amateur audio engineer, and I can assure you that I am an absolutely horrible voice trying to do anything after years and years of hearing absolutely spectacular voices, very easy voices and practice. I know that a terrible voice mine is trying to do
Roger, Joe. Well, like I say, the main thing is to keep that ALC meter out and keep your eyes, looking at that ALC meter, and try to keep that your voice right in that sweet spot of 7 or 2/3 as much as possible. And I would say over 2 or 3 weeks, you'll develop a relationship with your ALC meter, and you'll be able to do that just with your voice, Roger?
ALC meter, and you'll be able to do that just with your voice, Roger?
Roger that. If I could, when you get a chance, I never got it down all the time or to make it.
Oh, and Joe, there's one other thing too, bud. I noticed that the microphone is making noise when you key and unkey, which means that it's your contact with the microphone is causing that you might want to use an easier key than what you're doing, because you're actually maybe gripping the mic too hard and it's actually making noise. But past that, what I'm thinking is maybe you're off mic more than what you might want to be, so we might want to get a better signal-to-noise ratio going, which means that you might want to be maybe 2 or 3 inches from your mic. Might be a good place to be as far as trying to get a better signal-to-noise ratio of your voice to any other extreme sounds, Roger?
Of your voice to any other extreme sounds, Roger?
Roger that. I moved in closer. 2 to 3 inches now. It is a very old, not great mic, but it's the one that fits the radio. Over.
Yes, sir. And I think that's good. I was watching your audio on my meter, and it looked a lot better that time. So I would stay about 3 inches away from that, like you were doing there. But again, the main thing is to keep an eye on your ALC meter, and just try to, as best you can, keep your audio in that sweet spot of 7 to 2/3. Roger.
Keep your audio in that sweet spot of 7 to 2/3, Roger?
Roger that. Good. Now, can we real quick try to see what happens when I press the processing button? Over.
Yeah, and I don't have that great a copy. You look to be, I'm on my Kentucky SDR, and you look to be maybe 2 dB, maybe 3 dB above their noise level. So it's not the best signal, but that's the only signal. Usually, I would have a pretty good signal on my local antenna, but today I don't. So, you never can tell about propagation. That's why I like my system there, because I have references from New York down to Georgia as far as signal strength, and I can look at somebody's signal strength in 2 seconds, and look all the way from New York to Georgia as far as seeing what their level is at various places around the country. Roger?
Their level is at various places around the country. Roger?
Roger that. I don't have a bridge antenna set up here either. I usually have a 130-foot long wire antenna, but that's down at the time, so I'm just on my version. Could I skip something?
All right, Joe. Well, gosh, I think we've done about all we can do. I hope if you're interested in listening to your audio and hearing our different adjustments, if you go to YouTube, do the call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
100. And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Roger that. Roger. Would it be all right if you said hi to my grandson real quick? His name is Sam here at Alpha. Thank you.
Roger that. Is that Sam? Is Sam there?
Roger that. Is that Sam? Is Sam there?
Hi, I am Sam, and this is my grandpa talking on the radio.
Roger, Sam. Well, hey, don't tell him, but I like your level a lot better because it's a lot fuller. Roger.
Better because it's a lot fuller. Roger.
Thank you.
Roger. 73, Sam. You have a great day, and you will, I think, become a great amateur radio operator in your future. Roger.
Great amateur radio operator in your future. Roger.
73, Sam.
Very much, KB0.
73, Sam.
Whiskey, America 9, Oscar, Charlie Oscar.
Charlie Oscar, stand by just a minute there.
Charlie Oscar, stand by just a minute there.
Joe, you still have a copy down there?
Joe, you still have a copy down there?
That's affirmative.
All right, sir. Well, gosh, let me say 73 to you, sir. It's good to meet Sam, and you guys have a good afternoon, a great weekend, and hopefully you'll be able to join us next Friday, Roger.
Weekend, and hopefully you'll be able to join us next Friday, Roger.
Roger, Jim. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, sir, that audio sounded beautiful right there. That last transmission was just beautiful, so we are right on top of it. 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. There was another station in there. Other station, come ahead.
There was another station in there. Other station, come ahead.